in theory.
I don't see dropped.
It says we're going.
It's working.
It's working. People can see us. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Did you miss us? Are you trying to hide your face? It's been a little bit since you got to see us live.
It's true.
Did you miss us? Hope you had a good holiday.
For real. Let's talk, guys.
Yeah.
There's holidays. There's New Year's.
No bannings to modern.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Enjoy
Hanukkah.
modern, guys.
Happy whatever you celebrate. Merry that. No bannings for the
modern.
next 90 days.
Get ready for that Pro Tour.
You know what they say. They say that... Yeah, stabilized. They say that the modern format's in a healthy place right now.
That's what I keep hearing. And you can see it from the tournament results, too.
Can you?
From at least the SCG Opens and Classics.
Uh-huh.
From their, top 16, top 32, they're really diverse. It's not like we're seeing, oh, here's a top 8, and 3 out of the 8 are the same deck, kind of thing. We did have 2 Jeskai Control previous Open kind of thing. People trying out more of a hard control compared to some of the other previous lists, like Tempo style.
I guess maybe that deck has just been off the grid for so long, for the past couple months, that it just seems odd to me that people are like, you know what I want to do? I want to add red to my blue-white control list.
Yeah, that's a lot of what it is.
What has come out recently that they're adding red in for that they couldn't have done, or is it that Death Shadow's taken such a hit, or has died down in popularity, or what? Tell me, oh wise one.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna pull up this list real quick.
I know specifically this week. Yes. Benjamin Nikolic is a very good example of the Jeskai control list. Harlan Fear is another one that's been playing Jeskai control. Especially this weekend in his team, he played Jeskai control.
Well, when you thought about Jeskai control before, a lot of the pieces still are in this version, right? If you're going to run Jeskai control, you're going to run bolts and you're going to run helixes.
Sure.
Right? That makes sense to be
absolutely
running that. And then some people were doing the Hiri as another.
But that was the deck. It wasn't necessarily a control deck. It was a combo deck,
but with backup from control. And it was I'm going all in on this Nahiri Emrakul plan. Well, these ones are Nahiri's just a good planeswalker to have, because you can exile stuff, you can sit there and rummage and, do these extra things, get some card advantage and cycle through your deck, or you can just get a Torrential Gearhulk, get that kind of, I can now cast an instant from my graveyard for free, and then at the end of the turn, Torrential Gearhulk's going back to my hand, so I can flash it in later on.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's clever.
It's a more control-y aspect to it.
Okay.
And then a lot of people are running Logic Knot. That's kind of had that resurgence about a year ago. It's over this last year, it's kind of been gaining in popularity in control decks. And these, Jeskai ones are running 3. They're main boarding negates now. Things are looking different. It really is a hard control style. It's...
I guess maybe it's
shifted.
Search. Maybe, is it Search?
Search helps a lot.
I was gonna say, what's the card that's really driving this? And
to go for this,
I'm looking at this list, and the first thing that points out is Search for Iskanta.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it was nice to be able to draw Lightning Bolts and Lightning Helixes when, hopefully the time came, but now I get to smooth out my draw.
Yes, every single turn.
That's great to be able to just be like, you know what do I need? Oh, look at all these spells I have.
Right, and every turn, if you're not countering something on your opponent's turn or killing it, pathing it, whatever, well, alright, I'll spend that mana and find something else and just keep getting that.
What do I need?
So
let's spin the wheel.
So that's a really cool way that people are playing.
That's fair.
Jeskai control. Death Shadow's still there. Mainly the Grixis version. People are still trying other versions, but it still exists. It's still a powerful deck. Scapeshift is also one of those top tier ones that people think about. For whatever reason, like Scapeshift is putting up about the same amount of numbers that Grixis Death Shadow is, but people aren't right. It's you think about it.
That's odd.
Most people just go, "Oh yeah, okay, I know Scapeshift is in the format," but they don't realize like actually how prominent it is. So just other things, but I think Scapeshift might not do as well if our new Bloodied Sun starts putting up more.
That card's
stuff.
really good
Because it shuts off Valakut.
It does.
If you guys watch the Open over the weekend, you got to see it in Legacy.
Yes.
Because people were like, "Oh, look at all these cool lands that now I can sit here and tap for 2 mana and do
that
crazy
deck
stuff."
Was sweet.
So it's a cool card. I think if it affected like Tron lands, then it would probably be like even better for Modern, like shut them off from being able to do what they want to do. But we have Blood Moon for that. So, but no, there's cool stuff in the Modern format, and then you can pretty much play whatever you want to play. Like there's been times where we've talked about, oh, you can play whatever you want to play. You might not win, right? You'll have fun, kind of thing, playing whatever, but you really can play whatever you want to play in Modern right now because there's no deck that's like, I'm going to oppress the format and stuff. Like previously, we were talking about how like Infect had gotten really bad.
For like a month.
So it was like Infect and Dredge, right? Those were those two like.
I think people were more worried about Dredge than they were Infect.
Yeah. Well, it's like Gitaxian Pro. People were either on the I'm going to do Dredge stuff, or I'm going to try to beat you really quickly. If you're going to try to combo against Dredge, then I'll play Infect, and like you were on like one side of the fence almost. Yeah. So I think it's really interesting to see the change of things. Like the ban list helped open up the format more.
Yeah.
I'm so happy nothing got banned. I'm also happy nothing got unbanned going into the Pro Tour. Like, I want to see what decks the pros go with. And if it's like, hey, everyone's playing Lantern Control and everyone's playing Storm and everyone, like, these really good decks that not everybody plays. Like, Storm's also really popular. Like, that's another one of those, like, I'd say up there with Grixis Death Shadow and Scapeshift and stuff that's, like, super popular and being played a lot. Lantern Control is another one that I think the pros are going to play a lot. But you go to like your local shop or you go to an Open or a Classic, most people don't want to sit there and go, I'm going to enjoy 10 rounds of playing Lantern Control and going to time every single match.
That'll be interesting if you're right.
That's
going to make for some really, really interesting coverage.
Yes, it'll be great. I'll be excited because I like Lantern Control.
I mean, I don't dislike Lantern Control.
The viewers don't really like Lantern Control. A lot of...
So it's like classic esports, right? Like you want to have that high fast action going every moment, back and forth, path this, combo that, you know. But Lantern's just kind of like, no, I'm just going to sit here and, I'm going to look at your cards and, and if they have Lantern mirrors, like what kind of hell is that going to be?
I think mirror matchups in Magic are a very unique concept in how you have to play your game because like every other deck you're playing against, you're having, these are my lines of play and I know I might have to do things slightly different kind of thing, but when you're in a mirror matchup, especially like Lantern, like that's weird because like your Pithing Needles and stuff shut down both of your cards and it's like it's going to be interesting. I'd like to watch it though.
You're a monster.
I am.
You're a monster. I can't.
We have 5 rounds tonight.
Yeah, we just need to hop in.
We need to hop in because we can talk more while the games are going on.
It's true. It's true. If you guys don't know how this works, since it's been so long.
No, this is week 10.
Let me help you. This is week number 10, which means tomorrow
we're recording.
We're actually recording for the Invitational. So I hope you guys are ready for the action, like the combo, fast action. We're going to hit you with week 10.
Great.
Next week we're going to hit you with the Invitational, and then we're starting week 7. Like, it's just... This is where we are.
Yeah.
Season 7, yes.
Yeah, like, we're just going to be flying into things going forward.
Yeah.
Which is great.
In a format that has infinite possibilities right now.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of cool decks, and we're going to see a bunch of variety of decks tonight. So we're going to jump in round one, and we'll talk more about different decks and the format and everything, and all that kind of good stuff as we are going through tonight. If it will, there we go. Jump over, come on, you can do it. This is what I want. Bam. All right. So we've got another deck that's like risen in popularity. It has since been approved upon. People are running Mayor.
Yeah.
Right? As like, oh yeah, here's my human lord. He's gonna do great. Look at this. Oh yeah, giving everybody +1. And then he flips, and you go, man, this guy sucks. Why do I have this in my deck?
Right.
And now there's a blue creature that's running around. It's an illusion, shape-shifting guy.
Oh yes, the Phantasmal image.
Yep.
Which just so happens to be a human, as well as other creature types.
Pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah.
So this guy gets to come in here and say, you know what? I'll be another awesome creature that can come out, like my Thalia's Lieutenant, right?
Meddling Mage.
Meddling Mage, right? I'm gonna name something else too.
Mantis Rider.
Yeah. So there's some sweet cards in here. I think if you're gonna play a creature-based deck and you like that sort of aggro style, and you like complicated board states, like in the sense that you have a lot to keep track of, like, oh, I need to remember my triggers for this, I need to remember this trigger, and you got to pay attention to it all. Like, there's a lot that goes on to keep track of. Like, initially you might look at the deck and go, okay, I know how this works, play creatures, violent creatures, turn them sideways kind of thing, but there's a little bit more to it, a little more nuance, but it's a really cool creature-based deck. So
it's actually got a pretty techie card that got added in this weekend too.
Ooh.
Keenan's not going to be playing it tonight since this was a month ago, unfortunately. But what is it? It's the Malignant or the Malcontent. Basically, it's a human.
Mm-hmm.
When it enters the battlefield, it deals damage to target player equal to the number of humans you control.
How much does that cost?
I think it's like a 2 or 3 cost.
Wow.
Yeah, it came out of Innistrad block.
Huh. And just like
Jonathan Rossum was trying it out this weekend,
Yeah.
and I guess it just did really well for him.
I can see that. Like
Since
you sit there and you
day
aggro
one.
down for a little bit, and then you're just like, bleh, I'm just gonna finish you off.
Yeah.
What's this? That's not the one I want. Yeah, I want to look at his list now. Where is that? That's on the
While
front
we're
page.
shuffling up here, it looks like Matt's just sitting down,
Humans.
getting ready to go. Kessig Malcontents.
Costs 3 for a 3/1. Enters the battlefield, deal damage to target player equal to the number of humans you control. Yeah. All right.
I think that was out
2
of
and a
Avacyn
red.
Restored.
Yes, it was. I wonder if it's.
One whole quarter. Or you can get.
But it's out of stock,
Oh yeah, I mean.
so you better go to your local game shop and pull out that Avacyn binder and pick them up now. Yep, this seems pretty good.
I like the fact that he dropped the Dark Confidants.
Yeah, I like that too. Like
Dark Confidant's a really good card,
Yeah.
but I think it kind of goes against what the humans are trying to do, which is just kill your opponent really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll see. Oh, Keenan's already got a Kite Sail in his hand.
It's a good start.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So Matt is kind of our resident rock player.
Yep.
Likes to play green-black style decks. He's been switching up to Jund lately, doing some stuff like that. But this evening, he's back on the old Jund plan. Going to try to Jund him in the face.
I think Jun's probably a pretty good spot in this matchup because he's able to kind of take care of the premium threats that Keenan's going to be putting down. Keenan doesn't look like he liked that 7. So he's going back to the library. Also,
I don't think I saw a land in that one.
No. And that's the tough part about the human deck, too, is it's a very greedy mana base.
It is.
It's... I mean, does it run any basics?
1, usually.
Was that white?
Yeah, 1 single plains.
1 plains?
Yep. Well, because you have access to, like, those Cavern of Souls, right? The unclaimed or uncharted territory?
Unclaimed territory?
Unclaimed territory. The like, Cavern of Souls Light.
Yep.
So they run those cards in there. They run Vile, but...
I think I saw a Lieutenant and a Champion, so that may not be too bad. Or that's a Cavern.
I'll take a look.
And yeah, Thoughtseize is going to immediately go, let's take a look at that hand. I see a Thalia's Lieutenant, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, and a Noble Hierarch. What do you take here?
I mean, I like either... I like both Thalia styles here, like the Lieutenant or Guardian. Noble, you can sit there and be like, oh, I can maybe keep him off mana kind of thing, but since he already had 2 lands, I don't mind him choosing something that actually matters more and making his non-creature spells cost more.
Oh, what a draw. What a draw. Champion of the Parish. That's the way you want to start your human deck.
Right? Matt's hand's just like full of removal, though.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready.
And that's going to be the real uphill battle for Keenan's deck is, can I get through the amount of removal you have and be able to let something stick around long enough to deal some damage to you? And Matt's kind of on that opposite plan. How much can I disrupt you? How much can I kill your board so I can be able to land a threat later on? And like it's kind of a control style of deck in that regard. Doesn't need to rely on counter spells and things like that. It's just going to say, I'm going to control your hand and control the board. And, running one of our new fancy lands. Those borderless. I mean, you should be pretty familiar when you were stomping people with this set.
Beginner's luck. Here is, was that a Trembor?
Yes. Destroy target creature or planeswalker.
Dang, that's probably like a 1 of 2.
Yeah, I would say so.
Cavern of Souls,
Naming Dinosaur.
Yeah. And, nope, it's gotta be humans, I think.
Ah, darn. Another fetch land's gonna go down. At least a 14. Yep, and he's fine with that. I like those lands. I know the foils are like still super expensive. Don't really plan on having foils.
Naturally.
I'm fine with if I get some. I would like to pick up a couple. I just don't know what deck I'd run them in. That's the problem. So I need to decide that before.
I think you just have them, right?
Well, yeah. I guess I could just like pick up a couple of each and just be like, yeah, all right, I'll at least have like 3 or 4 of each, and so I can throw them in whatever deck I want, kind of thing. And ooh, that was nice. Kolgan's Command comes down, deal 2 damage to this, make you discard a card.
Yeah, and Reflector Mage is going to get binned.
Yeah.
Not doing a whole lot for Keenan right now since Matt hasn't presented any actual threats. Thalia's Lieutenant and then a Temple Guard, and Keenan's top decking now.
It says, gotta hope you don't have a removal spell.
But you're playing Jun. Oh, he's got the best removal spell in his hand.
Oh, he also has a pretty sweet creature in his hand, too. I believe, yeah. Goblin Rabblemaster.
Oh, so this is Rabble John.
Yeah.
Sweet. Here comes one.
Yep. I guess we can change his name then, so it's not just John, it's Rabble John.
It's like, it's Rabble something, but... Jund is fine. Rabblemaster is a sweet addition to this deck recently.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Does a lot of work, makes a lot of guys, makes it difficult to kind of maneuver the battlefield.
Yeah.
The humans deck probably would do the best in this scenario, but Keenan's been on the back foot, losing all of his creatures at every turn.
Plus, he had to mulligan down.
True.
Twice.
Yep.
So, like, he's starting less cards in hand, and now he's just kind of like top deck mode. Okay, any threats that I draw, I'll be okay. But it's like, well, there's a land.
Mm-hmm. So Pulse,
Yep.
Thalia's lieutenant, and here comes
Triggers.
another goblin.
There's 2 goblins coming at you.
And Rabblemaster, I think, is it too?
He's a 2/2, but gets plus X equal number of attacking goblins, I believe.
Don't forget, guys, if you see any cards on here or hear anything that we mention, all you have to do is ! card and then the name of the card, and it'll get you the Oracle text. Oh, +1/+0, jeez.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
So 8 now coming at him.
2, 3, yep. And I'm going to play a Tarmogoyf after that.
Oh.
Keenan's at 5.
Yep.
Yep, we'll just go ahead and
Scoop
scoop
it
it up. That's tough having to mulligan down.
And then everything you try to play gets killed off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, that's alright though. He's got his time. He can definitely make this back. Get back in this game. Maybe Matt doesn't have so many.
He will also be on the play this time, where last time Matt was on the play and immediately stripped away a card.
True.
So that did hurt a little bit.
What sort of things do you think Keenan wants to bring in against the Jund deck?
Since
Since humans is the new hotness.
new hotness. Well, he could go for like Sin Collectors, because you can get rid of those instants and sorcery, that removal stuff. I also like if he goes for like Necromancer, because if the Necromancer or any other humans die, he gets zombies to replace them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty cool. If he's running Mirran Crusader, I don't know if he is. If he's got like Dismembers, you could maybe bring Dismembers in. I think I don't know if you need the Reflector Mages. Because it's like, yes, you could delay like the Rabblemaster and stuff like that, but it's like beginning of combat, he's always going to make a goblin as long as that's out.
True.
And he doesn't have to swing in with the Rabblemaster. Yeah, delaying that an extra turn could be nice, but if he's got stuff like the Mirran Crusaders or like the Necromancer, they, I feel like, are more important than just bouncing a creature. And especially like there, we saw like it was 3-4 turns almost before Matt laid down a creature.
Right.
So, and he's going to be relying more on that removal disruption plan than, oh, here's just these beats that I'm going to come at you with.
Right. I think the humans deck is definitely a burn style deck. I think you just lay him down, turn him sideways, and just hope to kill your opponent as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I would guess that Matt's probably sitting at a like similar Jund route and different things that he can be able to bring in or so here, but
I like the Jund game plan a lot in this matchup. I think, he's got all the answers that he needs, and he's just gonna kind of play spot addition in his deck, kind of look and see what he's got going on in his sideboard, but I don't expect too many changes.
Yeah, right.
Jund is just a giant value deck.
That's exactly it. Like, might not be the best thing to play when people are trying to like combo off against you.
Yeah.
And you have to sit there and go, well, I hope that I've got some disruption and hope that I can be able to strip away your key cards.
Yep.
But, you know, those hopes might not pay off.
True. Looks like he pulled out 4 cards, though. Keenan also looks like he's pulling out 4.
Well, like, Matt could have stuff like Damnation in his sideboard and...
Damnation would be great.
You know, things like that where you're like, well, you're trying to go wide. I'm fine with this.
Yeah. Alright, let's look at 7 cards. Here's number 7, Lightning Bolt. I'm in.
Seems good.
Yep. And I mean, the jig was up immediately on turn 1 for Keenan.
Mm-hmm.
Matt was able to remove, look at the hand, remove the Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, and then also see a Champion of the Parish on Keenan's first turn, so he already knows what's going on here.
Yeah, based on the creatures that are coming up, based on the lands that he's playing, you can kind of determine what you'll be facing.
And that's nice. I mean, to be able to sit down in a competitive setting and just be able to say, okay, well, I've seen like 2 creatures. Yes, it could be something different, however...
Well, it's like, I guess you see the Thalia and stuff like that, like Guardian of Thraben, you go, okay, is this like some sort of Death and Taxes style? But then you see, okay, there's Noble Hierarch in the hand. Yep. There's also...
These land... I think the lands are the dead giveaway.
Yep.
Keenan's going to keep 6.
Okay. Looks like Scry's a land at the top.
He's got a Meddling Mage and... Wait, maybe 2 Meddling Mages? Meddling Mage could do a lot of work here.
Yes.
If Keenan knows which cards he wants to name, that would affect Matt.
I mean, yeah, you could sit there and, say, okay, I know that it's Jund, so he's got to be running these specific removal spells.
Yeah. Kite Sail Freebooter is going to reveal Anger, Push, Bolt, two Lilianas, and what looks to be a Bloodsail. It was a very greedy hand he kept.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take one of the Push or Bolt by sitting here and saying, okay, you're taking this, well, that means you have to fetch if you want to kill this next turn.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
If you have to take one, would you rather take the Lightning Bolt or the Push? I feel like you want to take the Push. So if he decides he wants that Push back, then he's got to use his Lightning Bolt, which is the damage dealing, where the Push is not.
That's true. So that's basically saying, hey, you aren't going to shoot this at my face. Right.
Exactly. Just curious. Not necessarily saying what Keenan's choice was wrong, just...
No, and I think it could also be that Keenan was hoping that Matt would fetch Shock to be able to push that sort of thing, and being like, well, okay, you really want to get a Black Source kind of thing.
Right.
Are you going to also get another red source here because you have Anger in your hands? I like the idea of keeping that Bolt to not go towards face, especially if Keenan gets down low. That is something that Matt can start doing.
Meddling Mage.
So you could say...
Yep, Bolt that. Doesn't matter what you're going to name, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
But now Matt, unless he's drawn a land in these past 2 turns, he's in an awkward spot. We're good. Bloodstained Mire.
Alright, time for a Lily? Or do you...
Well, how many cards does Keenan have in his hand?
1, 2, 3, 4...
Oh, okay, it's Inquisition.
Oh, okay, he's got... Ooh, Hostage Taker!
I think...
That's sweet. I like that addition. Also a human. Just a nice little surprise. Let me take that.
Well, you need a Hostage Taker for a control-y style matchup. Mm-hmm. Matt's not necessarily playing the quick game. So you kind of have to, yes, continue to burn them out, but however, you do want to be able to kind of interact a little bit more.
Hostage Taker also
is a 1/4.
2/3.
2/3. Dies to anger.
Dies to anger. Dies to bolt. Dies to a lot of stuff in modern. But it costs 4. So if Keenan gets flooded, kind of thing, or it's long drawn out, like it could be, it's very easy for him to sit there and do that. Right, he cannot take hostage because Hostage Taker does cost 4, and he did play Inquisition.
Sure, yeah.
But the Hostage Taker also is like with Vile. It's the only 4 cost in his deck. Cool. All right, so we're bringing out the Xanthid Necromancer.
Yes.
I don't know if I pronounced Xanthid correctly, but it's the Necromancer. If the Necromancer or any other human he controls dies, you got to make 2/2 zombies to replace them. And that's going to fetch as well. Is he
at least
shocking?
16? I can't tell.
Maybe going to 14?
Unless something's in his hand, it's...
Got another push because you have the Revolt now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Push. Okay.
So he will go to 14 to get that off the table and say, yeah, you can get a 2/2 zombie now.
Yeah, he's fine with that. I feel like he's not even looking at his card.
Well, I guess it's like, hey, you get a zombie, you're losing your zombie kind of thing. I don't really care.
Thalia's Lieutenant.
Okay.
2/2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright, let's double up Lily
Sure.
style.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be a 1/1 to start with. And gets +1 counters whenever you play a human.
Yeah, alright.
So, for some reason, I always thought it was a 2/2. That would make it really good, I guess.
Yeah, if it was a 2/2, it would be pretty bonkers. Burning Catacombs is going to get discarded. Here's a Champion of the Parish, and here is another Thalia's Lieutenant, which will get buffed.
Double triggers here. So, Thalia's Lieutenant, when Thalia's Lieutenant enters, you get to put a +1 counter on each other human you control. And then, of course, Champion of the Parish, when another human enters, you better put a +1 counter on Champion. And
Anger's just going to go ahead and sweep up everything here.
Yep. These are both exiled. Sadness.
No targets.
Uptick, no targets.
And I guess I got to discard something.
Uptick. He says, I got no cards in hand. He says, well, I got this Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I think very good call. Getting rid of the Thoughtseize, getting ready to maybe play the Engineered, just to have it on the table.
Yeah, I like that.
It's better than losing it.
Ooh. Alright. Instant sorcery, creature, land. That's my guess. Yep. Seems good. And then he's got an artifact in hand that can make it bigger. Also choosing to wait because he's like, alright, let's see what you got. Ooh.
Reflector Mage, and that's like the one instance where like Reflector Mage I feel
feels good.
Because now he's done all this work to get the Tarmogoyf out, and he can't. We can't have a Tarmogoyf now. Get that out of here. Yeah.
I'll get another one.
Got there.
Doesn't have to uptick here. I like not upticking since you could want both of those cards.
Yeah, Keenan knows that one of them is the Tarmogoyf, but he doesn't know what the other card is necessarily. So, but now he does.
Looks like he's just like, you know what? Having this Lily, I can be able to make you sack. That's more important than this because you're in top deck mode. Engineer is like kind of a helpful board wipe. You're not going to really get a board that needs wiping, right? Here's another champion. He could sit there and uptick Lily, kill this off, right? Play my Goyf again. Yeah.
He's just going to lose the Inquisition to the Liliana the Veil Trigger. But now he has a 6/7 Tarmogoyf, which is infinitely better.
Yeah, there's a Planeswalker and an artifact in there now.
Yep.
Uptick.
Pitch another Inquisition. I don't think we've ever gotten to this point, but we have an emblem.
Oh, no. Last Hope?
Oh, yeah.
You get an emblem with at the beginning of your end step, create X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, where X is 2 plus the number of zombies you control.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's that wasn't going to end well for him.
So he says, hey, you essentially have one turn, right, before I'm going to have a million zombies.
True.
And while I'm at it, I also have this 6/7 Goyf that's gonna kill any creature that you put out.
Yeah.
But I still have this other Lily that can make you sack any creature you play, so that's like Lily on a lockdown.
Man, I'm really glad that they fixed that legend rule.
Right, so you can have as many Lilies as you want.
It's great. super thrilled.
So Rabble junned him in the face.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I think if you are going to be having a meta that is creature focused, like if people are like, oh yeah, look at all these sweet humans, I'm going to play humans, Junn's a great way to go.
Sure.
Right? I don't know if people are still doing the merfolk thing. You know, there's a new lord running around. You know, people are trying that out.
Mm-hmm.
So, could be something people are doing. I actually just got my playset. Brett brought them to me.
Oh, look at me!
They were sitting on my porch.
Sweet. Awesome.
So round one's in the books. We got 4 more to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, normally we sit here and talk about, oh my god, who could get in and this and that. But this was already decided.
We already know.
If you guys have been paying attention at home, we already know who's in the top 8.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's jump over to round 2. This might be the one where there's a mystery player.
Oh, good.
It is.
All right. I got hands.